Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So the portal is purple and we do have a 2x Void Shard event. As a free-to-play player, the 2x Void event is always my favorite event, and in today's video, I'm going to be pulling Void Shards on 3 accounts. This is my HH Challenge account, then I have my Newb versus Pro account, and my main account. Now I've been out of commission for several days and I have got a lot to catch you up on, including the progress on my challenge account and also the state of the fusions that I'm attempting on my other 2 accounts. There's a lot to cover and I have a short window because the cold medicine has kicked in, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So with no further ado, let's get started. I do want to say a quick but very sincere thank you to the community. I've had a lot of people reaching out to me, wishing me well, wishing me a speedy recovery, and it does mean a lot, and it's very nice. So thank you so much. If you don't know, I have come down with that dreaded illness which shall not be named, the one that starts with a C and ends with a 19. This is my second go round, and I'm hoping it's not as bad as the last time. So I'm 5 days in. So far, it's not great, but I'll keep on keeping on, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much for all the well wishes. I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to all of you, but I do want you to know that I have heard you and I appreciate the support. Speaking of support, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click the like button for this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining our Discord community. I'm a little rusty, it's been a few days. All right, let's get to the video. Okay, so here we are on the HH Challenge account, and I'm just gonna give you a very quick and brief update. Here on my Arbiter missions, I am pushing the potion keeps. I only have a few more hours. I'm going to try to get through all of these that I can, and we'll see how far we can go today. I would like to get as far basically as I can, but I'm doing okay on the missions. I don't have a 6-star champion yet, but I am closing in on that. I'm probably I think I'm 1 5-star chicken away, and so I'm pretty close. I have decided to 6-star my Rathalos Blade Master. I've already bought his masteries. I've also bought the masteries on my Athel. Now, this account is shaping up. It was pretty rough. I did hit Mercy on my Ancient Shards before I pulled my first epic. My first epic was Melga Steel Girdle, who was actually doing a pretty good job of keeping me alive. And my very second epic was Fire God Isbel. Those were back-to-back pulls, but I did have to hit Mercy in order to pull Melga Steel Girdle, which was a bit disappointing. So I am now in the mode of saving shards. I've got 8 ancient shards I'm going to be holding on to for a 2x event, and I've got 3 void shards for today. Now, there is an extra targeted champion chance, so there's a 10 times chance here for the Monster Hunter exclusive champion, Fatalist Blade Master. This guy looks a little bit underwhelming. Might be a decent boss killer, might be a decent single target assassin in arena. I haven't had the time or the energy to do much research on him. He looks okay, but definitely not really a void legendary in terms of power, unless his multipliers are insane, which they could be. I haven't really looked into it. I'm not trying to hit this guy. Obviously, on the challenge account, we can't use any void legendaries. I'm really looking for a setup champion, an enabler, somebody who's going to add some versatility, some utility to my account. So my top choices would be somebody like Godseeker Aniri, maybe Runekeeper Dazdurk would be great. Naya, White Dryad Naya would be fantastic. I don't really need another damage dealer, although I don't have a speed aura. Uragrim would be a real win. That would be a great champion for me. Now, as far as the rares are concerned, just the top rares would really be helpful. Actually, I'd like a Bellower. Bellower could be fun. But obviously a Cold Heart would be fantastic. I'd even take a Selenia. That could be fun too. But okay, let's go ahead and get these first 3 Void Shard pulls out of the way. And let's hope we hit on a good epic. No legendaries here, because that's just going to be a 5-star chicken or a Vault Guardian. So let's see how we do. All right, first one. It's an epic right away. It's Bairdell Failhammer. He's okay. He's not fantastic. He does have a 2-hitter with a heal reduction, so he could help me a little bit in Fire Knight. He also has a counterattack. So this could be a Fire Knight solution for me. I'm currently clearing stage 8, I think, of Fire Knight, but he should be able to get me a few more stages. He also has a triple hitter here with a chance of decreased defense if the heal reduction is on. So he's not bad. Not bad. A little bit of utility, something I don't have. I don't have very many multi-hitters, and he does have some multi-hits. So could be usable. Could be usable. All right. Let's see if we can get a second one. Nice, a second one. Not a particularly good one. Ally protection. It is on a 4-turn cooldown. I've never used this champion for anything before, but now that I'm looking at the ally protection, that might be somebody I could use in conjunction with Melga Steel Girdle to provide some survivability for my damage dealers in Clan Boss. So I'll have to look into him a little bit more. All right, one more. We get lucky and get 3 purples in a row. Nope, but we got a rare. Hey, and we got Fellhound. Now, Fellhound is a great campaign farmer, also good in Fire Knight because of the, where is it? The reflect damage. So I feel like I've got my solutions for Fire Knight at least. And this AoE that has a chance of decreased speed on the A1, that's not bad either. He is a defensive-based damage dealer. So, yeah, I could probably find some new uses for him. I rarely pull Fellhounds this early into an account. I'm going to have to experiment and see how good he is. But I do think that AoE decreased speed could be useful. Maybe even put him in a stun set. All right, so all in all, 3 decent pulls. Nothing fantastic, nothing that like jumps out at me as game changing, but definitely some stuff to experiment with. And who knows what I'm going to get from my ancient shards down the line. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so let's go jump onto the Newb versus Pro account. We'll do this in order of age, I guess. So this account, as you can see here, is on day 8. So only 8 days in. Let's go check my Newb versus Pro account. We'll do that one next. Okay, so here we are on the Newb versus Pro account. And you can see we are at 151 days in. We've got Scylla the Drakes at the end of this month. I am looking forward to that. Now, in terms of this account, I haven't been pushing all that hard on this account in the last couple of weeks since the Newb versus Pro series with my editor ended. Sun won that very well, although I do enjoy this account. I think it's a pretty good account. I do need some help on this account. I could use a little bit of help on this account. Now, the big thing about today, as you can see, I've got 11 Void Shards, and I've got 31 Ancient Shards, plus 920 Mystery Shards. I also have 2 Sacreds that I saved here. So the big thing on this account today is that I'm trying to complete the Zinogre fusion. I wanted to prove, not necessarily prove, because I think people know, but I wanted to show that newer accounts can still complete fusions. Now, granted, Zinogre is a relatively friendly fusion. I hope that the level of difficulty of this fusion is maintained in the future, that we don't start seeing that inflation again. In fact, I'd like to see a reduction back to when fusions were a little bit more friendly. But I'm doing well so far. Let me show you the fragments here. So on Zinogre, I have 60 fragments. I did complete the Summon Rush. I've been able to complete most of the events and tournaments. So the Champion Training event is currently going on. The Artifact Enhancement event I haven't finished yet. For the tournaments, I do think I've completed the Fire Knight tournament. Let me just double check that. I don't know if I've gotten the fragments yet or not. I have. Okay, so you can see I've gotten the fragments there. I actually did that to complete the last Dungeon Divers event. So right now there is a Champion Chase tournament on. Now I only need 2,500 points, although I would like this book at 3,000. That would be great. So with Void Shards, we know that we have a pretty good chance of getting points because Void Champions give us better points. So even if we get all rares, we're getting 50 points a rare. Void Epics are going to get us 350 points. So a couple of Void Epics would be enough to really push us here. If we picked up a Void Legendary, that would be great. I will probably have to pull my Ancient Shards as well. Now, I want all 15 of these points because the resource I'm actually struggling on is silver. I have 17 million silver here, but we have 2 more artifact enhancements to go. So that's the one I want to save on. And if I could save some points from the Champion Chase, if I could save fragments from the Champion Chase as well, then I would like to do that. So having a little bit of flexibility here. I'm sorry, not Champion Chase, the Champion Training. So yeah, if I can save some points from the champion training as well, that would also be nice because those are the hardest ones for me to complete right now. Not having the play time that I would normally have, running 3 accounts and being sick. Let me go ahead and click this red dot just to get that out of the way. But okay, so we're going to be watching the point totals closely. Now I'm looking at some fusion champions here. I do think that, yeah, there's one. I could go ahead and fuse Torture Helm here. So I have the champions that I need for that. I think I have, so there's still champion training going on right now. So I could use some energy to level up these 3 champions and get my Torture Helm, which would give me 250 points as well. So if I get close, that may be something that I'll have to do to complete the champion chase. So now on this account, I don't know what I'm looking for really. I'm looking for some help though. I could definitely use, again, probably utility champs, support champs, but really most of the Void epics would be great. Demitha would be a huge win on this account. That would be very helpful, as would Maneater. So definitely something that could help me push my clan boss. Maybe also Uragrim here would be good. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do, I guess we'll do all 11 as single pulls here. I do have space. Let's do this. And then we'll do the ancient shards probably as 10 pulls. I also have lots of gems, so I could buy some more ancient shards if I need to. Here we go, epic. Battle Sage. I actually have this champion already on this account, but that's 350 points. So definitely nothing to sneeze at. Decent Void epic. Here's another one. Okay, Skrank. Skrank is solid. He's an AoE HP burner. If you pull him on a challenge account and you didn't start with Mordecai, this is the guy that you want today. I'm happy to pull him. I think I have Artak on this account, so not necessarily a huge win for me, but definitely a good champion. Kurzad Deepheart. He's got a, I don't know, whenever I see him, he just makes me laugh when he comes walking out of the darkness there. Ragemonger, 6 more. We got a couple of epics already, so we're doing well on points, but I wouldn't mind a third. And then here's his brother, Painsmith. They've got the same exact haircut and beard. Okay, we got a third. Broadmaw. Okay, not a champion I need, obviously, because you can get him pretty easily, but a third epic. One more epic would be fantastic if we could close it out. Bulwark is a very nice rare. I don't think I have a Bulwark yet, so he's going to go into my Faction Crypts team. Just a couple more shards here. Here's another one, 4th epic, and it is Lua. Lua's actually not bad. She does have a decreased target's turn meter by 100%. Some people think that she is like the rare version of Coldheart, who's really like the epic version of her or legendary version of her. So, but 4 epics out of 11 shards, that's not bad at all. I will take that. And one last shard. So we've got over 1,000 points here. All right. Nothing really great jumping out at me, but in terms of points, that's pretty good. So let's go check our points. I think we're second in the Champion Chase tournament, although it's early. Okay, so we are all the way to the Epic Tome. And we've got 1,750 points. So we need 750 points for the final fragments here, and we need 1,250 points for the Legendary Tome. I would like the Legendary Tome if I can go up and actually win some of these fragments. So if I can win 5 or 10 of these extra fragments from the tournament, that would be huge. Now remember, I do have those 2 Sacreds in reserve. So if I have to spend them late, I will wait and try to snipe the top spots here if I'm within striking distance. Now I expect that these totals will go up and I probably won't be within striking distance. But between the Ragemonger or whatever it is in the fusion chip in my portal and the 2 Sacreds, I might have a shot here of potentially picking up some extra fragments, which could save me a lot of silver or a lot of headache later on. So I'm going to leave these rewards unclaimed for now. And now we have to go, so we're at 1,750 points. Now we have to go get at least 750 more points. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're probably going to pull all 31 ancient shards here, but let's start with one. Now, in terms of the ancient shards, I mean, any legendary at this point would be helpful. I think I only have 3 on this account, or maybe 4. Yeah, if you include Wukong, Artak. I have another whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. The Void legendary orc healer. What's her name? Raka Viletide. Oh, I actually have, right. I forgot. I pulled double Roxums. I do have Creela Witcharm. I have Rathalos Blade Master and Georgia the Breaker. So I have a lot more than I said. But I am currently running these 3, with Raka kind of being an outlier, and I'm not running the others yet. So in terms of pulling from shards, I've already pulled 2 Void legendaries. And then I did get Artak from a shard as well. So I've been doing all right on legendaries. I wouldn't mind another legendary. All right, let's go ahead and make a 10 pull and see if we get some good points here. At least some epics to help us. So that looks like 1 epic there. The points are a giveaway. Apothecary. I have them on this account, but not too bad. It's always nice to get yourself your first apothecary. Another epic. Melga Steel Girdle. She's following me from account to account now. I do need some chickens for the champion training, so this will help as well. Oh, blue tax. So I have gotten my 750 points. So that was what, 11 void shards and 31 sacred shards, ancient shards, 31 ancient shards. And that feels pretty good to land at 2540. I have hundreds of mystery shards I could pull. I have those 2 sacreds. I have the Torture Helm, or again, whoever he is in the portal who I could fuse. So it does feel like I can go up and get this legendary tome, and I will, but I probably won't go much higher than that unless I can snipe one of these top 2 spots at the end of the event. So I'm just going to go ahead and claim my rewards. In fact, I'll leave that energy there just because I don't want to go over my max. All right, so that feels pretty good. Nothing great in terms of pulls, but some usable champs and the points that I needed, which is really what it's all about today. All right, so now let's go to my main account where we have even more shards to pull. And again, we're trying to complete that champion chase. Okay, so here we are on the main account, and the main account has 28 void shards. Now I am going for the fragment champion here as well. Let's see where she is. Zinogre Blade Master with 65 fragments. So again, in this particular case, I'm going to pull the 2 times void event anyway. I always pull the 2 times void on my free-to-play accounts. All my accounts are free-to-play. So this is one of those, big events for me. So I'm hoping to get all the points I need from this void shard, these void shard pulls. But again, I have tons of mystery shards and I have a lot of fusion champions. I've been working on my Lady Mikage fusion champions. So as you can see here, I do have the champions to fuse Kira. So I actually have them all ready to go. Oh, it looks like Elsinia needs to be brought up to 50. She's at level 40. I also have all of the champions for Tatsu at 50. And then I do have my 2 epics at 40. I need to run them up. So I could fuse Lady Mikage. I was going to do this because it was supposed to be a 2 times Sacred Shard weekend. So I was going to go ahead and just fuse my Lady Mikage this weekend and do the champion chase that way. But since it's a 2 times Void Shard event, instead, I'm going to pull the Void Shards. Now, what this means is I don't really want to wait on my Lady Mikage. I kind of want to pull her. So there's a chance that I could go pretty hard in the champion chase tournament. So I'm going to watch and see what the points look like. In fact, let's just take a little bit of a look right now. And if it seems like I'm in contention and I could get that mythic tome, then that's what I would be going for, because I think I have 6 or so mythic tomes. And when I get my Lady Mikage, I'm going to want to be able to completely book her out. So there is a mythic tome right here, mythical skill tome, 36,000. So yeah, I'm not going to get that. In fact, I'm not going to get anywhere close to the leaderboard, I don't think. But I should be able to maybe pick up these legendary skill tomes on the side, and we'll see. Yeah, maybe I end up in the top 10. You never know. That's 36,000. All right. That's my life here on this free-to-play account. You know, when you get to endgame and you're level 100, you come up against people who have more resources than you. That's fine. But all right, so who am I looking for? Honestly, there is an epic I would like. Taya, I think, from the Shadowkin faction. She's kind of an interesting champion. She has a poison activation here on her A3 that I would like to experiment with, maybe make some content out of that champion. So that would be nice. Otherwise, I'm looking for legendaries. Any good legendaries that are voids. Krisk would right now be huge for me because of certain things I'm trying to accomplish on the account. But, you know, Krisk is a big ask. So we'll see. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 8 solo pulls and then I'm going to do 2 10 pulls. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm not really looking for the exclusive champion, but if I happen to pull him, it's not a bad thing on this account. Oh, we got a seer. I do have 2 copies of her already, but she is a great champion. It's never bad to see a seer. And we like the points. Chevalier, who looks a little bit like Azure. All right, Centurion, which is actually nice because he is one of the fusion champs, and I only had 1 copy of this guy. So now when I fuse Lady Mikage, I can use this guy instead of the other Centurion, because the other Centurion is actually fully booked out. So rather than wasting books, I can now use the free copy, which is great. All right, another epic. Ursula the Mourner. I would have loved to pull her on my HH Challenge account. This is a great epic, one of my favorites. I also think she's super cool looking. But really good in Doom Tower, great stats, good all-around support. One of the best epic revivers, one of the best revivers in the game. Another epic. Hey, Lightsworn. Okay, not that this guy's a huge champion, but he is new to the account. This is actually one of the few Void epics I don't yet have on this account. So it's nice to flesh out the roster a little bit. He's not bad. He does have some uses. Increased defense on all allies with a revive on death. He does have a triple hitter on his A1 that decreases turn meter. And he also has a decreased speed and decreased attack. So definitely usable, especially in early game Fire Knight. Again, another champion that would have been good on my HH Challenge account. Ripper Fist. Okay. Such a silly looking champion. Vanguard is, I think he's another fusion champion. I've already got him all set up. And Harrier. Okay. So nothing exciting yet. Let's go. I don't mind Ursula though. But let's go ahead and do some 10 pulls. I prefer 10 pulls anyway. Of course, the point total is going to give it away here. 1,100 points. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like 2 epics, 3 epics, or no? That's a legendary. It's got to mean a legendary, right? No, it's 2 epics. Ah, ha, ha. I have to figure out the point totals. So that's 700 plus 8 times 50 would be 400. 700 and 400 is 1,100 points. Ah, that was exciting for a second. So if it's 1 legendary, it would be 650 plus 9 times 650 plus 450, which is also 1,100 points. Okay, so 1,100 points doesn't tell you whether it's 2 epics or 1 legendary. I got excited. Not some, pretty decent champions here. Got like my 7th Renegade, but she is a good champion, like my 10th Paragon. I think I have all of these champions. I don't think Ragnar is new. I know I have Sawai, but yeah, okay, so nothing super exciting there. That point total threw me off for a little bit. 1,400. I like that. Okay, so it's going to end up being 3. It's going to end up being 3 or no. How do we do this? 3 epics? 3 epics. Well, good point totals, though. Good point totals. So, nothing new here either for me. But we've got our fusions covered now. And I think we did pretty well in terms of the champion chase. So let's go ahead and look. We are in 6th place at the moment. But we should be over I think we're over 3,000 points. So we should have the first legendary tome. Let's see how close we are to the second one. We're sitting at 3,800 points, and this is at 5,500 points. Now, there's a chance that I do pull some voids over the next couple of days. So if I happen to get another void epic or two, or if I just decide to pull the Lady Mikage. So if I fuse the Lady Mikage, I'm going to get the 5,500 points. No problem. But I kind of feel like I want to use her for something more than just an extra legendary tome. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll save her for a CVC. Maybe I'll save her for another champion chase in the future. I don't want to wait too long because I really want that champion. But for right now, this is pretty good. 3,800 points. And let's go ahead and actually just take all those. All right, so that's 3 accounts. The Zenogre Fusion is going well on my Newb versus Pro account. Sun, who is my editor, is also doing the Zenogre Fusion, and it looks like he's going to complete it as well. So we're both, at the same exact point with our Newb versus Pro accounts. And, so 150 days, before 150 days, we started the fusion in about 143 days or whatever it was. And it looks like we're both going to complete it. So you can definitely do pretty well on these fusions with just a little bit of planning and a little bit of saving. I actually saved a bit more than he did. And I think I'm going to have a lot of resources left when I'm done. So whereas he's kind of just going to squeak by with his resources, but he's done a great job managing that as well. So definitely let me know in the comments below if you hit on any good Void champions, whether it's for your HH Challenge account or your main account or whatever you're doing. And also let me know if you missed so that we can commiserate together, because as you can see, I didn't pull anything significant on any of these accounts either. And that's actually what happens more often than not. And I think the pain is eased a little bit when we share and commiserate together. So thanks so much for hanging out. I'm about to completely drop. You never know that, a 25-minute video can take this much energy out of you, but it was fun to get back here making content. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, consider joining our Discord community. I'm hoping to be back to a regular schedule soon, but who knows? I will keep you updated. Thanks so much for hanging out. I've been Colred, and I will see you in another video soon.